Hi, welcome. 8 p.m. on Wednesdays is my favorite time of week.
Wow.
And it's 8 p.m. on Wednesdays, which is so wonderful. Welcome, everyone. Let's just do our little smile and wave to each other. So just turn on your cameras if you can and do the nicest little wave.
How's your week so far?
It's wonderful. It's wonderful to see all of you. And um, I guess I will go ahead and make sure there's no background noise. We have such an important topic today, and I'm so glad that we get to do this work together of releasing blame. I use this metaphor in the email that blame is like the swamp that takes away our energy, and there's nothing more valuable than you, your body, your time, your energy, all of that. So, anyway, let's just start with how's everyone doing today? If you just want to put in the chat, how are you doing? How is everyone? Wherever you are. I see. Pluses. Tired. Okay. So. I see Laura. Okay. Happy to be here. I'm so happy you're here. Um, so we will talk about excellent, enjoying spring weather, doing well, class is motivating, joyful, and wonderful. So nice to hear from you. So I want this to feel as much as a community as possible, kind of this group that meditates together on Wednesdays. And I realize that I can ask you how you're doing, you can put it in the chat, but it's not the same as really you talking to each other. And I know a lot of you, and some of you know some of you and have been in classes together, but not all of you know each other. And I know what an amazing, really remarkable group this is, like different ages, international, across the US. I just want to give you a chance to connect and to talk about how this meditation went on Wednesday, or to talk about something else. So, as an addition to this Wednesday Compassion Sangha, I was thinking of doing a Friday Compassion Coffee Lounge. So, like a coffee lounge where you can come with your coffee. It'll be over Zoom, like an unhosted Zoom meeting. I'll start it. I'll say hi at the beginning, and then I'll go and I'll let you chat for half an hour. I was thinking from 10 a.m. Eastern time to 10:30 a.m. Eastern time. So it's 7 a.m. In California. And like literally come with your tea if you want to drop by for 5 minutes, for 2 minutes, for the whole half hour. And I'll have a prompt, as I think it'll be something about blame for this Wednesday. But sometimes it's just like what's getting you through the week. They won't always be about class, just so you can chat, just so you can see each other and meet each other and introduce yourselves and debrief. So it'll be 2 days after the Wednesday meditation, and everyone who signed up that Wednesday will get the invitation for that Friday for the Compassion Coffee Lounge. So imagine you just walked into a room and all of you meditators are in that room and you just get to say hi and introduce yourselves and talk. So that is, you'll get a link to Compassion Coffee Lounge on Friday morning. And if you want to take advantage of it, or maybe you want to take advantage of it in a month or in 6 weeks or whatever you feel like, and you can just listen. So that's another way that I hope to connect you to each other. And okay, so that's what I wanted to say last week. We ran out of time. So blame. Blame is truly something that, like a crust around the heart, it encases the heart. And what can heal that crust is self-compassion. And we'll do some practices of self-compassion and specifically for blame today. So think of it as like this little layer of ice, and it doesn't let the heart fully open. It doesn't let you fully flourish. Blame is very heavy. So we'll try to melt some of that today with the warmth of metta, the warmth of awareness. Let's start with a very big picture. Blame often occurs when you don't have enough spaciousness to be with a situation as it is, to connect a situation as it is. And blame is also an energy vacuum. So someone blaming you for things over and over, if you think of that, that'll take your energy. That's like an energy vampire. You blaming yourself is you being an energy vampire for yourself, which becomes so powerful that when we do it to ourselves, it's in a way even worse than when people do it to us. The worst curses are self-curses. Blame is one form of a self-curse. It's a form of giving up your own power. So big picture, what's the opposite of blame? I think the opposite is I take responsibility. I accept myself as I am. I accept others as they are. I take responsibility for every area of my life. I don't blame myself for being the way I am. I don't blame others for being the way they are. I have that spaciousness to be with the situation as it is. Feels better, right? Like the second narrative feels better. Responsibility comes from a place of strength. If we kind of blame as a way of hiding from it, and in the bigger Buddhist picture of things, we live certain experiences to grow from them. And we can't quite grow from them if we don't take responsibility and kind of connect to the experience and be with reality as it is. Blame is like layers that we put between ourselves and an experience as it is. Blame comes from a place of weakness. Responsibility comes from a place of strength. And when I say responsibility, we can frame it as real connection to things as they are, full awareness of things as they are. I like to throw in some people you wouldn't expect, quotes from people you wouldn't expect in a spiritual Buddhist centered meditation class. Dwight Eisenhower, US president in the 50s, Eisenhower used to say, the search for a scapegoat is the easiest of all hunting expeditions. The search for a scapegoat is the easiest of all hunting expeditions. So, kind of the easy way out is the way of blame, but it's not really easy because it's very heavy. So now that we talked about this introduction in the first 5 minutes, let's do a centering practice. Let's ground our awareness. Let's open the heart. Let's do a compassion practice, an awareness practice, and then we'll come back to this topic of blame after. So just with your fingertips, with the intention of self-compassion, go ahead and relax your jaw. Maybe one of the nicer things you get to do for yourself today. And how nice to do this in a group. Maybe just the tips of your fingers right along this line of the jaw. Just noticing where it feels good, and you can close your eyes, feel into it, and say for yourself, I release the jaw, and I release all that doesn't serve me. I release all blame, all judgment, along with the jaw. I release it from my body. And maybe with your fingers, trace just the top of your eyebrows, just self-compassion. Just how nice it is to trace your eyebrows, touching yourself like you touch a loved one. And the same, put your hands behind your neck and find that pressure that feels so good, putting your fingertips right, even where the scalp meets the neck, such a delicious little spot. And can you close your eyes and feel the energy flow into your body, especially that point where the skull and the neck connect. Feel that warmth. I release tension. I release any blame that lives there in the back of the neck, releases as well. And you can release that and just notice if there's more energy flowing through you just through that little release. And we're going to take 1, 4, 7, 8 breath. So inhaling for 1, 2, 3, 4. Hold. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. And exhaling gently for 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. And you can keep your eyes closed. Readjust so you're sitting in your most comfortable seat. Let your back be fully supported. Sitting with dignity. And we are going to start this relaxation awareness metta for all beings practice. So keeping your gaze inwards, relax the forehead. Soften your eyebrows. Maybe you feel tingling in the back of your neck. Soften the back of the neck. Soften the jaw. Relax the cheeks. Can you begin to relax the chest and the shoulders? Release your back. Release your belly. Feel the heaviness of the left arm and the right arm. Feel your palms. Feel your fingertips. The sensations at the tips of your fingers. Feel this richness of sensation that you get to experience. And release the left leg. Release the right leg. And with warmth, with care, with gratitude for this body that has taken you so far, feel into your body. And imagine that your whole body is surrounded by golden light. And this golden light gives you energy, releases tension, and protects you. This golden orb shining right next to your skin, all around your body. And you can drop that image and now just feel into the natural rhythm of your breath. Maybe you feel the breath right as it enters the nose, right at the nostrils. Or maybe it's helpful to put your hands on your chest so that your hands can receive the breath as the breath moves up and down. Your rhythm, your breath, your body. Maybe you release the hands, but let's stay with this gentle rhythm of the breath as it is for just a few more moments. And see if it's true that when the body and mind settle, the heart starts to open. We'll send out some loving kindness. May I be safe and protected. May all the people I love and care about, may they be safe and protected. Sending that wish. May every being who's ever been kind to me, those thousands of beings, may they be safe and protected. May every being here on this earth find safety, find freedom. And just for a few more moments, see if you can keep radiating kindness to all beings, including to nature. Sending the wish, may all beings in the water, in the lakes, in the ocean, be safe and protected and free from harm. May all beings in the trees and the jungles be safe and protected and free from harm. Sending the wish, may all birds and all turtles and all giraffes be safe and protected. May each creature on this earth be happy, find peace, and be free. And as we bring this loving kindness meditation to a close, see if you can keep bringing a loving quality of attention to whatever you see, whoever you see, as you begin to open your eyes. And whoever you see, let your thought be, I want you to be safe and protected too. And may all of you be safe and protected. So that was our first centering practice. I always like it when you check in with yourself, even how that was. And every range of response is good. So I like to ask you, how did that go for you? How was that? I know it'll take you a second to type something in. Relaxing, calming, needed, relaxing, good. Heart opening, centering, thank you. Thank you so much for your responses. So now that we're talking about blame, and now that you've worked hard meditating, let's have 1 minute of story time. I'll tell you the story from the time of the Buddha. This is the story of a man in about 500 BC. And he hears about Buddhism. There's only Hinduism around where he is. He hears about Buddhism. He's very curious about it. He walks all the way to where the Buddha is. And he wants to learn the Buddhist teachings. And the Buddha doesn't seem to be around. So first he comes upon a monk who has taken a temporary vow of silence. And the man looks at the monk and asks him about Buddhism. Will you please tell me about Buddhism? The monk just kind of stays in meditation and keeps silent. The man gets furious and kind of stomps away and decides that Buddhism is not worth it. The next day he recommits, doesn't lose hope, and he comes back to where the Buddha teaches, and he comes upon another disciple of the Buddha. And this disciple is famous for his profound realization, but also for his excitement and his enthusiasm for the teachings and his broad theoretical knowledge and his wordiness. So once this man is asked about the Buddhist teachings, he just launches into this complicated, lengthy discourse. He just can't stop talking. It's all very technical. The man tries to listen, doesn't understand anything, gets very overwhelmed, gets very frustrated, gets angry, stomps away, leaves, escapes, decides to never come back. But surely enough, he changes his mind, and the third day he comes back, and he finds yet another disciple. And this third disciple heard about what happened last time, heard that he fell victim to a very lengthy discourse. So he thought very hard and tried to distill the teachings in 2 or 3 sentences, said them with great concentration, described them. And again, the man is at a loss. He says, how dare you treat such profound matters so briefly? The man isn't happy. The man walks away. This group reconvenes with the Buddha the next day, and they all feel kind of bad. They tell him the story. They say, I think we did something wrong. What do we do? And in response, the Buddha says, there is always blame in this world. If you say nothing, people will blame you. If you say a lot, some people will blame you. If you say just a little bit, some people will blame you. And that's our story from Buddhism for the day. Does this sound familiar of how life works? I'm getting some nods. Where this gets even more interesting is where the blame becomes pointed at ourselves. You can blame yourself in any situation in exactly the same way. You can blame yourself for doing something. You can blame yourself for not doing something, for not doing more, for doing just a little bit, for overdoing it, for standing back and doing less. That's where I think the metaphor really lies in the story. That it's exactly, I'm seeing Mara. This is exactly how the mind works. There's always blame in the world. The Buddha's absolutely right. And whatever is there in the world gets absorbed into our minds and becomes a mechanism of the mind. The mind is like a sponge. where the outer environment becomes the inner environment, unless you really cultivate the mind. And that's what we're doing now, and that's what you're doing. So let's do a release from blame meditation to release some of those inner mechanisms that we've kind of adopted from the outer world. So closing your eyes, finding your breath again. And the breath is such a good place, such a safe place. When you're with the breath, there are only healthy mind states if you stay connected to the breath with self-compassion. So letting these few moments with the breath be a break where you get to be with the body, be with yourself. And go ahead and bring some situation to mind that brings up self-blame. Not the hardest thing, but some place where you feel that this ice of self-blame is around the heart. Maybe today you were telling yourself you did too much or didn't do enough or could have done it differently. Any of those stories of the mind. And it is in your power to offer yourself kindness. Say for yourself, I connect with myself just as I am. I care for myself just as I am. And for all those times I could have negative self-talk or blame, say for yourself, forgiven and forgiven. Think of that situation and think of the word fully forgiven. Opening up instead to spaciousness, to loving awareness. And imagine again this light all around you, this light all around your body. And go ahead and put your hands to your heart. Feel if there's any weight at the heart, this heart that's been through so much. Feel the rhythmic beating of your heart. Extend the wish. May this heart relax. May this heart be at ease. And say for yourself, may I be safe and protected. May I speak to myself in a way that keeps me safe and protected. May this heart find joy. And may this heart not need to question, but just be with every experience as it is. And be with every moment as it is. May I experience ease, well-being, true care for myself. And if you like, you can release your hands, but tuning into this wisdom of the heart that every part of me belongs. Parts I like, parts I judge. Every part of me belongs here in my heart. Everything here, every choice, every experience fully belongs. And just letting the heart open to itself when you say, I release myself from blame. No matter what the mind thinks, my heart cares for me. My heart releases. My heart treats myself with warmth and understanding. In this heart of mine, blame has no place. Connection and awareness and care does. Saying for yourself again, I release myself from all blame, from today, from last year, from years ago. I can release myself. And more than that, I release all beings from blame. Each being on this earth, I let them be the way they are. And to end again, you can place those hands on the heart and say, as an intention, I choose to be gentle with myself. So many ways I can treat myself. I choose to be gentle to myself. I choose to be gentle to all creatures. And just imagine that your breath can go right into your heart, right out of the heart. And together we'll just take one very deep breath in, filling the heart and lungs fully. And just breathe out through the mouth, acknowledging the work you've done, opening your ears. And coming back, having released hopefully a little bit of blame from today or from before. And again, knowing that this has nothing to do with you. It's just the way the mind is wired, the way the mind has absorbed the outside environment. It's absorbed a lot of things, including all that blame floating around. But you don't need to keep it. You can say, I will be gentle with myself. It's from the mind. These constructs are from the mind. The heart has it right. The heart wants to care. The heart wants to be gentle. So my question to you as always is, how did that meditation go? Needed. And this is so needed. So many people will encourage blame. Good. Positive emotional impact. Good. Thank you. And a goal for the week. Good. Deep release. Wonderful. And I realize I went over again my 25 minutes, but I try not to go over 30. That's the absolute mark. And sometimes I do stay 25. But I just want to say a couple last things, that blame is all ego-based interpretation. That's why I say it's from the mind. It's all ego-based interpretation. Usually not to take responsibility. Awareness is being with reality as it is. When you're fully with the breath, you're with reality as it is. When you're fully with the heart, with care, with the heart's natural instincts, there's no ego there. When you're with your intention, there's no ego there. When you're with blame, just think, oh, there's the ego. There's my ego again. And the ego is something that we overcome through meditation. Whereas loving presence, awareness, those are endless, those are spacious, those are infinite. That's why I love meditating with you at least once a week, because we get to go to that space of loving awareness, of loving presence, of connection to the present moment. And thank you so much for joining for these 30 minutes. And I hope it's a catalyst for you to keep practicing all week and to keep practicing on your own during the week. If we turn on ourselves with blame, we can't really love this life. If we turn on others with blame, we can't really love others as fully. So I wish you a week of spaciousness. I wish you a week of being kind to yourself. I hope these ideas start to sink in. I realized preparing for today what an important topic this is, but in 2 weeks, when we have our self-kindness 25-minute drop, and we'll take up some of this again. And I might even do like an hour and a half special session just on blame, because I realize we can go so deep. But we've already done important work today, and I'm so grateful for your presence here, for your beautiful energy. And may you be well. And if you just want to send a gift, a wish to the group, you can. And like a little may you be happy. But I hope to see you next Wednesday. We'll do common humanity, so something a little bit different. This kind of connection to others. I try to make every week different. So every month you have kind of the full palette and bouquet of different heart practices. And I will see you hopefully in a week. And may you be happy. May you be well. Thank you for your kind wishes. Have a wonderful night. Sweet dreams. Bye.
Thank you, Elizabeth.
Thank you. If you want to turn your camera on your speaker, you can.
Thanks, Elizabeth. Bye, everybody.
Bye.
Bye,
Thank
everyone.
you.
Take
Bye.
care.
Thank you, Elizabeth.
Thank you.
Thank you,
Thank you.
Elizabeth. Thank you very much.
Bye. Bye, beautiful souls.
Thank you, everyone.
Until our paths cross again soon.
Bye.
Bye.
Thank you.
Bye, Tracy. Bye, Elizabeth Skora. Bye, Michelle Somerville. Bye, Michael. I hope to see you again soon. Bye.
Bye.